Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Wild price action, CPI, giving us a lot of opportunities here. Be very careful with shorting, but we'll see. I do like longs, but we don't have a setup out here. We're at value area high in the regular trading hours, so we're going to have to sit tight. This definitely looks like a failed breakdown. Nice recovery. Let's see if we can get some more upside. We're going to sit patient. See what we get. All right, let's get YouTube going here. Let me. So what do you guys think? Up or down from here? Let's drop one of these. We have a low volume node. If we can get above this, probably go to 56. Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Hope you're doing well this morning. Welcome to the stream. Trading futures live. Good morning, Fritz. Fritz, all the way from Asia. Good morning. Some wild candles here. Now we're consolidating. We might get back to VWAP here. VWAP's got to hold for more upside. We did have a pretty strong bounce here at the weekly upper band. I would imagine people are accumulating here. So we're going to see if we can get some more upside. And we'll see what type of trade opportunities we get. We do have this low volume node right here. All right, so that's going to be our resistance, 53 on ES. Morning, Christine. Not too far from me. Not too far from me at all. I'm in South Florida. Where in Georgia are you? Seem to be holding this level at 47.5, which is this other low volume node. NQ looks stronger. Looks like a flat top breakout getting ready to go. Let's see if we get it. Yeah, JD, that doesn't seem to happen much anymore. I do sense a rippity rip as well. We'll see if we get it. This could bring us to at least upper band. 56. 52 level keeps getting rejected. So I haven't taken any trades yet this morning, aside from my top step. I traded that pretty actively through the CPI news, and I'm up 1,200 bucks across 5 accounts. It's pretty nice. About $5,000 worth of profit in these 150Ks. I'll wait for some good opportunities in those. I do like the idea of buying the dips. I mean, NQ is having trouble breaking through 22,000, obviously. So that's 22,000 right there. Well, pretty much to the tick. We can get back over that. We can see some nice upside, but it seems like everything's getting bought up so far. We have a really tight range here forming. And I'm assuming this is some accumulation, so we'll see. I like longs. Failed breakdown, back above VWAP. So I'm going to trade longs here. We're bullish on the higher time frames. We're above upper band on both the monthly and the weekly VWAP. We're now above yearly VWAP. Right? We're above all these value areas. Right? So everything's looking pretty bullish to me. So until there's a contextual change, I'm looking to get long. Six. Yeah, we got to get above this low volume though. This is the thing that's holding us back here. Looks strong. A lot of buyers. Oh man, got rejected. See if they can step back in here. Get above this. We're going to upper band, 56, 58, and then we're going to have another hard time up there probably. Lots of buyers. Keep pushing. All right. It's getting sold into, but they're holding it up so far. To be patient. NQ looks like it's breaking out. It's the level we got to get above here. It's filling it out. It's a good sign. And grind it up through this. NQ is getting a good move up. We're above 22,000 in NQ now. That's a good sign, guys. It's like we're trying to leave this distribution to the upside on ES. But very slow going. Cumulative delta is going up, down, and this thing is going up. That means the bid is propped. The bid is propped. They're absorbing all the selling on the bid. All right. Slow going though, you know what I mean? It means they're passive buyers. They're absorbing the selling. Anybody selling on market, they're picking it up. They're taking those contracts. Well, so the cumulative delta is not perfect, right? There's a lot of things at work here, but it can help you develop a thesis as to what's happening. And that comes with experience. And, you know, it's not like, you know, it does confirm price movement. And if you get a divergence, right? Why? Why is there a divergence? And that helps us build our narrative. What's happening and why? Now, that's very difficult to do when you don't have a lot of experience. That's why it helps to be on a stream like this where we can talk through it and I can explain things to you guys. Well, are you using a trading view cumulative delta? I mean, that's the, that's, oh. Well, and it's different than this on ES? 5 minute? All right, Christine's from Gwinnett, Georgia. Lovely, lovely area. And here we are, upper band. Guys, this is what I was looking for. We're there. Thank you, upside, down, head and shoulders, give it a long, that 1 minute chart. Sure. Good morning. What time does the stream start on YouTube? You're on the stream on YouTube. It starts at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There it goes. Told you I like long. We've been seeing this pattern play out over and over, guys. Over and over. Over and over. Look at this. So I'm at $55,000 exactly. Or $5,000 in profits. It's a good day. I'm probably going to call this one here in this account. Locked out. Done with Top Step. Now I'm going to move over to cash. We'll trade cash now.
fish ratings now sees global oil demand will grow by 800,000 barrels per day this year. Walmart US CEO planned to meet with House Republicans Wednesday. What's that?
Oh, that was a buy the dip, huh? See if this thing goes straight up. So strong. Like a freight train. So the next low volume node we have is up here at 62-ish.
Right at about 10 this time, we've got the EIA crude oil inventories. Forecast is for a draw of 2.6 million. Prior was a draw of 4.304 million. So with a high estimate looking, so with the high lows, with high range, we're looking for a build of 2 million, and then low range with a draw of 4.025 million. Gasoline inventories forecasted for a build of 0.753 million. Power was a build of 5.219 million. Distillate inventories look for a build of 0.7 million. Prior was a build of 4.230 million. Crude Cushing inventories prior was a build of 0.576 million. So just a reminder, last night for the API API data, crude stock oil stock change came in at a draw of 0.37 million and the expected build of 0.7 million. Cushing stock change came in at a draw of 0.728 million compared to the prior build of 0.952 million. Gasoline stock change came in at a build of 2.969 million compared to the prior build of 4.73 million. And distillate stock change came in at a build of 3.712 million compared to the prior build of 0.761 million.
Buyers are still interested. A little bit of a chop zone up here, though, believe it or not, in the cumulative delta. So we'll see what happens there. Get a little bit of a rollover here. We'll see. Or it just keeps grinding up. Also possible. See what it does here. 62. Let's see what the anchored VWAP from the open looks like. Strong. Let's look at it from be right back.
US Treasury Secretary Bessent announced speaking now saying agreement with China and London will help stabilize US-China relationship. Reminder, the video of Bessent is on the feed. Of course, it's now down below, but on the left-hand side of the economic calendar, click on his name, you can open up the video from there. Also focus right now to be getting the EIA crude oil inventories data. Crude oil inventories forecast of a draw of 2.6 million, primes of draw of 4.304 million. Gasoline inventories forecast is for a build of 0.753 million, prime was a build of 5.219 million. Distilled inventories forecast is for a build of 0.7 million, prime was a build of 4.23 million. Crude crushing inventories, prime was a build of 0.576 million.
A lot of this, any selling still being absorbed on the bid. We're approaching that level of interest I have. 62. Alfred, no, I do not really use candle patterns. I use order flow, tick strike, cumulative delta to help confirm my trades. Candlestick patterns are fractal, so what happens on the 5 minute or on the 1 minute is not what you see on a 2 minute or a 3 minute, or, you know, it's all. And for that reason, I'm not a huge fan of candlestick patterns. I do look at multiple time frames, and what you're seeing on the 5 minute might be completely irrelevant to what's happening on a higher time frame. All right, 62. VIX is now at 16 and a half. Chewing right through that level. Doesn't give a damn. Morning, Dean. Yeah, the market doesn't care about tariffs anymore. All right, there was a little bit of a rejection there at 62.
Besson says that I see non-inflationary growth and tax cuts. 1 minute ago now, I'll lead with the EIA crude oil inventories.
Crude inventories coming. Crude's been grinding up.
Ten seconds.
10 seconds. We have an initial balance.
644 million, a draw of 3.644 million compared to the expected draw of 2.6 million. Gasoline inventories a build of 1.504 million compared to the expected build of 0.753 million. Distillate inventories a build 1.246 million compared to the expected build of 0.7 million. Cushing inventories a draw of 0.403 million.
The market's not up that much. It's only up 0.25%.
We have also posted out the EIA crude oil inventories weekly report for
I haven't gotten my top one money yet. They told me 48 hours to wait before I bother them. So, oh, wait. Top one just invited me to join Rise. Okay. So, it looks like they're trying to pay me. They do that.
Besson says U.S. tax and spending bill.
Yeah, I saw that.
Being drained.
It's kind of silly, I think, but whatever. I'm not, I know those guys. I've gotten to know them. I mean, it's a lot of it's just drama. People are getting paid. The rule changes aren't ideal, but All right, so top one invited me to Rise.
Besson says the Trump tax bill will bar U.S. profits taxed elsewhere. So again, Trump tax bill will bar U.S. profits taxed elsewhere. So repeats his criticism of global corporate tax framework. Mexico's President Sheinbaum just repeating what she said before, that she expects to talk to Trump in G7.
No, I don't think they're trying to pay me in crypto.
Beson says China should not be allowed to export its way back to prosperity.
This is where the market does its thing where it just goes up in perpetuity. Guess you could have taken a back test of upper band there. I have to get my license.
Bank of America CEO says there is a lot more uncertainty in the small business market than there is in the core consumer.
Looks like I'm getting paid. I gotta do the verify you're who I say I am.
US says they're building telecom towers in Panama to replace Huawei. Bank of America CEO Moynihan says businesses just want the tariff situation figured out. Moynihan adds that businesses are being careful outside of AI investment.
All right, looks like I'm being verified. Okay. My profile has been verified. It's official. Get my money. Pay me. Pay me my money. All right.
to EIA, US did not receive any crude oil imports from Saudi Arabia in the latest week for the first time since January 2021.
What do you think? Higher or lower here, guys? This looks like a curling, doesn't it? Slow curling. Okay, I'm all set. I should get paid now. Okay, after 10:30, are you moving the VWAP from the news candle to the New York Open since we are in regular trading hours at that point? Probably not. I'll probably keep both of them just to see. Slow grind up in the news high, I think. Just not sure how to get in. Yeah, there's no really, I mean, no decent pullbacks. We'll see.
Besant sees 6.5% to 6.7% budget gap for fiscal 2025.
All right, so I should get my money from, I'll let you guys know when I get it. That's that.
Besant says we're suffering from the budget blowout under Biden.
Still holding upper band, but we're forming another. You can't see it as well on. Here, let's do it like this. Guys, this is going to be the pullback we're looking for. Where do we get in is the question. And how far do they let it fall? That's kind of upper band of RTH upper band and session upper band right here. This spot. It's really not that deep of a rotation, right? This thing can rotate a lot further down. Russell is not looking too happy. And the cumulative delta is selling off. So we had some buyers just step in there. Is it going to be enough? keep this thing going. Or they soak the buyers and then rinse them on the next leg down. I don't know. Not a fan of going long right below IB high. The level I marked is a low volume node. I think we have to break this, get in higher, unfortunately. Be long and right into that level. I don't want to do that. IB high breakout. There is no, oh, wait a minute. ES hasn't broken IB high, Chuck. We have quite the distribution forming up here. Volume drying up, buying volume drying up. But that doesn't mean anything because they could be buying on the bid. Push this thing higher. Chuck's definitely a dad. Definitely. Yeah, not much to do today, says Dardis. Yeah, I agree. This is yeah, trying to get long down here. We got long, and we had break above the news candle VWAP. You know, I sold at upper band, and now I don't have much to do.
Increase once tax and spending bill is enacted.
This isn't deep of enough rotation for me to get long again, so I gotta wait. Gold also big rotations. A lot of waiting today. Again, it's been like this. Yesterday we waited for 2 hours and then something to happen, and it happened. So we gotta be patient. Something's gonna happen here. Hopefully. All right. ES is broken IB high. To me, this is looking like there will be a rotation down at some point here. We'll see. I don't mean to scare you guys out of your positions. I just call the market as I see it. And am I wrong? Yes, all the time. I just don't see this thing going straight up for the next 5 hours without a pullback at this point. What mostly says, is the is kind of the nature of the bands. They're not expanding. We do have an upward sloping VWAP, which is bullish, but the bands aren't really expanding. They're actually constricting. So I expect there to probably be some type of mean reversion trade in here sooner or later, but we'll see.
Offshore he's speaking. Can't see anything on his Truth Social about us.
I'm totally open to other opinions. I don't think I'm, I just call it as I see it. $22, that's a good price. But we're only 40 points away from that now. I had a really good day yesterday. I had 4,800 in the cash account yesterday. I probably took on too much size, to be honest with you. So it's cool that I made that kind of money, but it was rather risky. So I could have went very differently. I got very aggressive on that trade. It worked out real nice, but doesn't always work out that nice. I could have gotten spanked very easily. Yeah, Mr. I mean, that's what it felt like, Chuck. I mean, that thing. Nice, JP. Did. It's now the bottom of this distribution we formed. So that's going to be a key level. Having a lot of trouble at this level, though. Tell you what. Okay. He probably just uses the floor pivots. It's an indicator. Well, this is exciting. The morning has been marked by like, maybe one good move and then nothing for like an hour or two. And then lunchtime, something kicks up. So we'll see if that happens again. It's only 11 o'clock. Get some volatility in this market. I have an idea while we wait for things to happen. Yeah, we're almost at 2,000 Discord. Um, in the free Discord, Logger's asking, is the community growing? And then in the premium, we have 103 members. 103. There it goes. Grinding 1 point at a time.
So just for clarification then in regards to these Trump tariffs and what was said earlier on, the reporter, just for next, just saying that, so to summarize, Trump has added 30% tariffs on Chinese imports so far this term, 20% fentanyl, with 10% baseline reciprocal category load from 125% until August. China tariffs were around 25% before he took office in January.
I was thinking I was going to do it at 100 members, but I don't know. Increase the price, but whatever. Obviously, everybody who's a member gets grandfathered in at the current price. But I don't know. I might just leave it. At least for now. 200, maybe that's a better number. I got the book coming out in July 1st.
Bank of America CEO Moynihan says that the bank
19 days.
stablecoin is owned and with industry.
So that might change things. I'm going on a couple of podcasts and stuff like that. So we might get some decent exposure from that. Yep, it's going to be a soft cover and hard cover, and it's not going to be expensive at all. The ebook's going to be like $10. The paperback's going to be $20, and I haven't, the hardcover will probably be like $40 or something like that. Yeah, there's going to be a hardcover. Yep, I'm really excited about that. Very proud of putting my work into that and really excited about it. And it reads really well. I've had a lot of people read it and I've gotten amazing feedback on the book. So some people that are even very familiar with the strategy and everything are learning a lot in the book, even though they're well versed in the system. So there's a lot in there. It's really cool. And the book's ultimately written for, it's not for beginners. You know, you need to have some trading knowledge, but it's ultimately for the trader who knows what they're doing. They know have a lot of knowledge, but they're still struggling with consistency and profitability. No, there's no chapter on ES curl. Yeah, it will be available July 1st is and it'll be right on Amazon. You can buy it right on Amazon, and it's a great read. I I wrote it, but I love reading it. It reads really, really well. It's some of these trading books are kind of like textbooks, and they're really dry and hard to get through. This is not like that. It reads like a story. Yeah, I think outside the US. Yeah, members. Yeah, I was thinking, Corey, I was thinking that members would get a discount for sure. That was part of the plan. Maybe I'll be able to do like, I've never done an Amazon book before, so I'm thinking maybe there's a code I can get or use for you, give to you guys or something like that. So we'll see. I just bought this book. I don't know if anybody here has read it. Secrets of a Pivot Boss by Frank Ochoa.
Fleming says China was slow.
It's a rather old book. It was written in 2008. It all still applies today. It's funny to see some of the stocks in here. Um, all the concepts are really good, but man, it's a hard book to get through. It's very dry, very dense. You know, it's all great stuff. I mean, it's great material, but I've found it very hard to get through.
Fleming says the US did capture.
I almost want to like skim it. I don't want to read it. I kind of just want to thumb through it and kind of just pull out what I want instead of actually sit there and read it cover to cover. Yeah, it's very difficult, Dean. That's a good book, uh, and it's not very long, and it's not dense like that. And you know, it doesn't have to be a freaking textbook to explain these concepts.
All applications for magnets for US companies.
His book is well written. It gets the points across, and it doesn't take you, you know, forever. That's a book you could read cover to cover, no problem.
Have to approve final wording.
So I wanted to write something that people could actually sit down and read like a book, you know, and enjoy it and learn something and internalize the concepts, not like get it and be like, ugh. Thanks, guys. Thank you. So when we grind like this, especially on ES, I always worry about like the floor falling out on these. They pull the rug, so to speak. You know, we have these clear upward support, and then they just pull the rug and flush everybody out. It could take hours before that actually happens, but it, you know, it usually happens sooner or later. It took a long time. The book's been in the works for almost a year. almost a year.
Linux says US and China have positive view.
It will be available on Kindle, Dean.
Linux
Yep.
has it.
And it's
Chinese
going to be
always wants to remove export control.
inexpensive. It's going to be like $10. Paperback's going to be 20. And then hardcover, I'm not sure, probably like 40 or something like that. I don't know. I have to see how Amazon does it. I think if you buy, what I'll do too is if you buy the paper or the hardcover, you get the Kindle version included. I think that's how some of these guys do it too. Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know how Amazon works. So, in all fairness, I did use some AI to assist with it, right? To build out some concepts and to proofread. And it's not AI written, but it's AI assisted for sure. I'd be stupid not to. I mean, it's such a powerful tool. Like, why wouldn't I do that?
Also, Linux says
Yeah, spell check is AI assisted.
great place with China.
But like also, ChatGPT doesn't know the VWAP Wave system. So how is it going to write a book on it? Right? So I have to come up with all the ideas, the thoughts, everything, and build it out.
Linux says that we have agreed we're going to examine how China can do more business with the US.
All right, the grind continues. We're holding above all these bands up here so far. It's almost this candle band is holding almost to the tick for the most part. I mean, the market looks good. The market looks strong. We might have avoided yet another recession. I mean, this thing is just, it seems so, like we can't have a recession. Like we're not allowed.
Says you can say China tariff levels won't change from here.
We had a bear market and we recovered in a month. Yes, Mike. Yep. I've also had people read it and give me feedback. Oh, something's happening. Some type of news.
Linux says that China's conventional hold is not on the table.
Is that the failed breakdown before they rip it higher? All right, I'm going to be looking to get long here sooner or later. I would like to see a bigger stop run.
Besson says CPI showed yet another fantastic inflation number.
Are we going lower? Or is that it? Hot dog. All right, where do we get in, guys? Where do we get in? VWAP? Lower band seems to have been the
Linux says we are not going to give China our best chips.
right, here's VWAP.
Just keeping on the S&P 500. Just did see a little bit of downside movement as Ludwig is speaking.
Ludnick is speaking. Everybody panic. Dude, look at that VWAP bounce. 20 ticks, like. I told you the stop run was coming sooner or later. It always happens, especially when you get this price action that grinds along the band like that. Sooner or later, the bottom falls out. I mean, NQ went to VWAP to the tick. To the tick. What a great buy location.
Ludwig says that
Chuck's being awfully quiet.
Ethane.
We recover this whole move?
Again, use plain parts and ethane or as a bargaining tool. Besson says any 24 hours.
Artist says to use footprint. I find it very useful to see what's happening inside the market. I use, volume profile helps me a lot with that. Very similar. I want to see the entire price level, not just in a candle. So, all right, for those of you on YouTube, thanks for joining us this morning. We're going to continue trading in the Discord where there's a low latency stream. If you want to join us, there's a free trial. You can join us for a week in the Discord, absolutely free. There's an 8-module course in there on the VWAP Wave system. Come check it out. No risk to you. If you like it, stick around. If not, you lost absolutely nothing. We'd love to have you. Otherwise, we're going to keep trading in the Discord. YouTubers, manage your risk, stay sharp out there. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.